I don't want to do either of those things.
Yeah, but if you had to, though.
We set the scene, we have a choice. We must decide on the correct answer. I'm the cute one they call Kyle.
And I am the even cuter one, called Nathan.
You're the cute. How can you be even cuter than me?
What do you mean? Just look at me. Look at my shining, gleaming, shiny face.
Shiny face. That's what people look for when they think of cuteness. They want shine.
Yeah, no. What you're looking for in a partner, it's scientific that people are attracted to people that look most like them. So
Yeah.
I've made my face as shiny as possible, so when they look at me, they're literally seeing a reflection of their own faces. Therefore, they're incredibly attracted to me.
That's foolproof.
It's exactly.
Absolutely foolproof. Okay, you are the cute one, Nathan. I'll be the. What other ones are there? There's the bad boy.
There's the brains and the beauty, brawn.
Yep.
There's
I'm not strong enough to be the brawn.
okay. There's
I'm not smart enough to be the brains.
What else is there? There's the cocky one. There's the charming one. There's the witty one.
Maybe I could be the
Sarcastic
charming one.
The complete and utter failure one.
That one sounds doable.
The angry, bitter.
I think
the angry, bitter lunatic one.
I think I'll be the charming one. I'll walk around with like a rose between my teeth.
Oh, just the epitome of charm. Did you take the thorns out before you put it in your mouth?
No, that was like I'm bleeding a little, but I keep my mouth closed. Yeah.
You're hoping that what you're relying on is the Florence Nightingale effect. You're hoping that women will see that you're walking around bleeding from the mouth and go, "Oh, he needs someone to look after him."
I awaken that maternal care in women and make them want to look after me, yeah.
Exactly, which is why also when you see an attractive woman, you immediately defecate yourself and go, wah, wah.
Exactly. I want to mother you. I want to look after you.
I need a change.
Oh, beautiful. So the premise of this show is that we create scenarios for each other resulting in two possible outcomes. We'll discuss each outcome's pros and cons and decide definitively on the correct answer.
Exactly. We find the truth hidden amongst the clouds.
The truth hidden amongst clouds.
Yes.
That's very poetic.
That's literal. That's where the truth hides. When Mulder said the truth is out there, he literally meant in the clouds.
Just look up and you will learn all you need to learn, my son.
I mean, there's actually the poster in Mulder's office was actually folded in half. If you open it up fully, it says the truth is out there, and then there's a cloud with an arrow pointing to the cloud.
The secrets lie within.
Yes, but man has never been able to catch the cloud. We've tried, we've followed it across the rainbow, but we've never been able to find the cloud.
One day, is it just one specific cloud? It's not in every cloud.
No, not every cloud. It's one specific cloud. The Nucleus erectus, My Little Pony cloud.
It's like that saying, every cloud has a silver lining, but only one has the answers that you seek.
Exactly. That very famous saying that was always said in my family growing up.
My grandfather must have said it about 20 times a day.
Wow, that's a lot of times a day.
It is a lot of times a day, but I was always seeking answers to questions. And that's sort of what we do in this show. We give answers to all of life's greatest questions.
Exactly. The questions you've always wanted to know the answer to, but were too afraid to ask. You chickens. You cowards.
So let's start with our very first scenario of the episode. Not our very first ever, that would be...
No, I was going to correct you and say how wrong you were and ugly and stupid and how much I hate you, but I'm taking away the wrong part. You're not wrong, Kyle.
We're never wrong. We've established that.
And that is a fact.
So for this scenario, I need to start off with I'm going to be a little dramatic. Okay. So sit back, chomp on your popcorn and enjoy. Space. 1,000,000 light years away. Two aliens sneak into an escape pod and light up a spliff. These are, of course, the stoner
Space.
aliens.
Oh, the stoner aliens return.
They are sitting together, giggling, telling each other silly jokes, playing Would You Rather, very silly.
Yeah, immature they are, is what they are, playing a silly little game where they have to choose between different scenarios. What,
Yeah.
not children?
And they make up little stories to go with it. But
Yeah.
they're stoned, you can't blame them.
Nah,
But
they're stoned on space weed.
Exactly, the most potent of weeds.
Proven. Prove us wrong, scientists.
Fact 1 for the episode, space weed is the most potent weed in the world.
Well, technically not the world. Outside the world, Carl.
In the universe.
Otherwise it wouldn't be space weed. If it's in the world, it's weed.
You are correct, Nathan.
So is this like from cannabis trees that grow in space?
I guess they must grow like it's like a rainbow-coloured tree that grows upside down.
Upside down in space.
Upside down in space. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's definitely an up and a down.
There is definitely an up and a down. That's another fact of the episode.
And a north and a south. So which direction are the stoner aliens in? Are they seaboard?
No, they're port, obviously.
Port.
But one of the stoner aliens is so stoned, he stumbles back and is...
Oh, dude.
I know. He falls onto the control panel of the ship. It starts hurtling through the universes, hundreds of light years through all these different universes, until finally it reaches Earth, crazily enough. Not just Earth, in fact. Petersfield. It zones in on the place you live, Nathan. Crashes through your roof.
Chances?
What are the chances?
In my roof? Well, that's inconvenient.
Yeah, so you've now got a massive gaping hole in your roof. One of the stoner aliens flies out through the window because it's not been double glazed.
Through their space window, you mean?
Through their space window, yeah.
It wasn't double glazed.
No, they've been hurtling through space and it wasn't double glazed. Crazy. That alien splats against your wall and dies. So now you've got a splatter against your wall that you've got to clean up.
Oh wow, this is escalated.
But the other one, he stumbles out. He's like, dude, what happened,
You totally
man?
died, dude.
Yeah. Bummer. And then he turns and looks at you. Dude, do you think you could help me get home? And you, being the kind-hearted man that you are, Nathan, after obviously you get him to work off the debt of crashing through your roof and the blood splatter of his friend all over your wall, you agree.
Yeah, well, I ask him to cook his friend, and I have a nice dinner.
Delicious.
Alien meat.
Nothing like it. After he's paid off his debt, you agree to help him fix his ship. And you fix it up and he's ready to go home again.
I get out the masking tape, the measuring tape, the clear tape, and the double-sided sticky tape. All the essentials.
All the essentials.
And a couple of AA batteries. All the left-sided ones, though. They're all old AA batteries that I just happen to have in my drawer.
Yeah, they'll get him where he needs to go, and then he can replace them when he gets back home.
Exactly.
And as a parting gift, he says, dude, I'm going to bestow onto you one of my many, many powers, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, so you think, wow, I've, gotten a free meal, and I'm going to get some cool powers from an alien.
Powers?
Yeah. He says,
This game's getting better and better.
I can either give you the power to talk to all animals, which you think that's quite a cool power. I could talk to all the animals of the world. I could be a regular Dr. Dolittle.
I could tell all the puppies how much I hate them and I'm coming to get them.
Yeah, you could instill terror into their hearts.
Tell the others.
Or I'll give you the ability to turn into any animal you choose. And you can basically anamorph it. You can become any animal that you decide.
That would be continuous. I could change to one animal and then into another and then back to myself. Or do I have to choose one animal for the rest of my life?
Yes, you choose one animal for the rest of your life that you can become, and then you turn back human whenever you want, and you can keep doing it. But it's only this one animal.
Change the will, but I have to choose the animal to start with.
Yeah. Whereas if you can speak to animals, you can speak to absolutely any animal, including
I
bugs.
was going to say about that as well. I didn't have to choose an animal that I could only speak with from now onwards.
Yeah, so he explains all this to you, so you can, basically pick whichever one you want.
I mean, wow, dude, this is brilliant, I say.
Yeah, man, it's sort of what we do.
So you can speak to animals and transform into animals right now.
Of course, man. No problem.
Can I see an alien animal that you can change into, dude?
Oh, I would, but I'm kind of stoned right now.
Oh, I get it, yeah.
But later.
I'm kind of a little bit high on crystal meth myself.
Whoa, man, you shouldn't touch that stuff.
You're actually the sixth alien I've seen today, but I think you're the first one for real. But so I contemplate being able to speak to all animals or being able to transform back and forth into one particular animal.
Yes.
That's quite tricky because the second one's more limited, but then so I'd have to think about what kind of animal I'd want to turn into.
Yeah.
The first thought, the most obvious thought, is a bird, like an eagle, and just flying around all over the place. You know,
be cool
being able
to
to
fly.
swooping through the sky, pooping on people from a great height, doing all the things that I've always wanted to do.
I mean,
going caca.
I would pick quite a large bird just so that you would never be prey. You could.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking an eagle or a falcon. Although, do I have to choose a living animal? Can it be an extinct animal?
I don't know. You probably have to pick something that does
They
exist.
never said that.
They didn't.
Can't I turn into a T-Rex?
No, you cannot turn into a T-Rex.
Oh,
I think you would have to it would be Animorph style where you actually have to touch the animal first, so that you've
in that case,
its DNA.
I can only turn into animals that exist in this country, Kyle. Unless I went out and found an eagle.
You could go to a zoo and go to a petting zoo and
stroke eagles are in zoos.
I'm sure they must have an eagle or two.
I'll just call William, my old giant eagle friend, and say, "Can I touch you?" Not in a weird way.
Yeah, I guess I do owe you.
But okay, so I could turn into. I mean, that's one possibility, turning into an eagle.
Yeah.
Possibly an elephant.
Yeah, you could stomp around the town.
I could. A rhino. Or that. Although I run the risk, if I'm a rhino, I might get hunted for ivory.
You might, and if you're in your town, the army might get called in.
Yes.
To try and stop you.
I guess an eagle might have the same problem, but it's easier to get away as an eagle.
Yeah.
Or I could be like a fly and I could bother people.
You could, but
they're
you could
notoriously hard to catch.
Yeah, but you would be attracted to bright lights, and you would like.
And when I fly into a room, I'd be too dumb to fly out the open window and just keep flying into the closed window.
Exactly, the closed window right beside it. You get right to the edge, and then you go back again.
I fly in for a big open space, but I don't go out through that same big open space. I fly into the closed window next to it.
Yeah, the tiny amount that is closed, like they've opened the windows fully. It's just the pane, and all you're doing is smacking your head against the pane.
I was slamming into a window, and then someone opened that window, and I thought, well, it doesn't look, the window's not there anymore. Let me slam into this window just above. So I could do that. I could absolutely drive people mad. So there's a lot of possibilities in turning into an animal. Talking to animals, on the other hand.
Yes.
I mean, I suppose I was going to say I could command, but it's not saying I have control over animals, just that I can talk to them.
No, so I mean,
I could ask them. I could ask a bunch of like flies to answer my summons and do my bidding, or I could, ride. I could get like 50 pigeons and like ride them like roller skates. But I would need to convince them first.
Yeah, and they'd probably be like, no.
I need one pigeon to come down and have a chat with them, and then convince them to go tell a friend and tell another friend and another friend.
So should we?
And then
Should
I
we,
have to explain to them why they should listen to me.
should we role play this, Nathan? I'll play the pigeon, and you've
Okay.
you've thrown out some bread and lured me in. So I'm
Yes.
this pigeon pecking at the ground.
Hey there, mate.
Oh, hello. I'm a pigeon.
Yes, you are.
You can understand me. Woohoo!
Ooh, indeed. I was just wondering, would you mind sending a message to your fellow pigeon friends, as many as you can round up, and then do my bidding for the rest of my life?
Oh, let me think about that.
I'll give you some bread.
Bread. Oh, I do like bread. What would this bidding entail?
It would entail me strapping my legs to a bunch of your bodies and you flying me around the town. You could shit on as many things as you want, as many cars as you want.
We do that already.
I know, but I'll take you to where there's more cars.
More cars?
I'm like an insider. I'm a human insider. I can tell you where we hide the cars and the fish and chips.
You know of the fish and chip?
I do know of the fish and chip.
I don't know. We'll have to call a pigeon council and talk this over.
Call a council of the pigeons.
We'll let you know in due course. Woohoo!
Okay.
And then it would
What's
fly
your name,
away.
buddy?
My name? Peter.
Peter. Okay,
Peter Pigeon.
Peter. Oh, your second name is Pigeon?
Every pigeon's second name is Pigeon. Did you not know?
You're all related?
Woohoo! Yes. We keep it in the family. Woohoo!
I'm not going to say anything about that because I want us to be friends. Bye-bye, Peter.
Bye-bye. Woohoo!
Okay, so he's off to call the council of the pigeons, and I just repeat that process for all of the cockroaches and all of the again, it's British animals. I could go to exotic places. I could find armadillos, and I could find like scorpions and Godzillas.
Scorpions and Godzillas.
Yes. Not together. I was thinking separately, but
okay.
Godzillas hang out. I guess usually in nuclear wastes. Oh, yes. Okay, no. What I do...
Yeah.
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay.
I befriend one lizard. I find a lizard. Maybe I go to like a zoo and I break it out and I say, I'm your buddy. Stick with me. I'll keep you safe. And I give him food. I take care of him. We have a few drinks together. I just generally make friends with him. Keep that up for like a month or so. And then when he's sleeping, I take him to a nuclear reactor, set off the nuclear reactor, wait for him to become a giant Godzilla monster, and then turn up going like, oh my God, they kidnapped you and threw you into a nuclear reactor. I was unable to save you. Here, I will help you get vengeance. And then the Godzilla will work for me.
I think you think too highly of an animal's brain. Like, I don't think they're going to have this much intelligence.
They will after they've been irradiated with nuclear radiation.
Yeah, possibly, but I'm just thinking...
As well as being giant and having atomic breath. Godzilla is also a super genius who can do brilliant maths. It doesn't come up much in the movies.
Yeah, if they could teach him to talk...
In his spare time, he's in his apartment with a giant chalkboard. I was going to say a chalkboard. Yeah, that's it. Writing out equations. But... when he's out and about, he keeps getting bothered by the military, so he just has to go all the time.
Exactly.
And shoot giant atomic lasers.
Yeah, he's
and sometimes punch King Kongs.
Yeah, so he's usually quite intelligent, but up against the military, he gets pissed off.
Yeah, he's a bit shy, is what it is. He doesn't like to share his intelligence, and he gets tongue-tied and he gets frustrated, so he goes on a rampage. Haven't we all been in a public situation where you're just not sure of the right thing to say, so you decide to destroy everything in sight and start murdering people?
Yeah. I think we've gone slightly off point, Nathan.
Like, I remember the first time I went on a murder spree.
Nathan, I think we've gone slightly off point.
GCSE.
Nathan!
There was a difficult question. So I sharpened the pencil and jammed it into the teacher's eye.
The podcast,
and then I set fire to the school.
Nathan, we're doing a podcast. Nathan.
What was that?
We're in the middle of doing a podcast.
What's that, Satan?
Are you with us?
Yes.
Come back to us.
I'm here.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I went to my happy place.
So you were deciding between being able to talk to animals and being able to turn into an animal.
So I could either befriend the lizard and irradiate it and turn it into a Godzilla, or become a lizard and irradiate myself. I'd have to like break the nuclear reactor first, and then transform into a lizard, and then wait for it to blow up.
Yeah.
You know, just walk up to a nuclear reactor with a hammer, tap it, it'll crack. It's like an egg. Boom.
There you go.
That's simple physics. So I could either become a Godzilla or befriend a Godzilla. Which would be cooler? I think it would actually be cooler to be able to command a Godzilla.
Just have one as a pet.
Yeah, as a best friend. The Godzilla would actually the Godzilla would take over your job, Carl. I'm sorry, you're just not as cool as my friend Geordie, the Godzilla.
Geordie Godzilla.
Yeah.
So you've taken the fact that I've said no, you can't turn into a T-Rex, and been like, right, how can I work around this so that either I can have a pet
Godzilla's
T-Rex?
not a T-Rex, man.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
breaking the rule.
Semantics.
It's not like I'm finding a Godzilla. I'm creating one. You never said I couldn't create a Godzilla.
So is that your choice? You're going to...
I am going to rescue a lizard from the zoo,
Yeah.
befriend it over like a month, convince it I'm its friend and I'm looking out for it, then throw it into a nuclear reactor, find it after it's turned into a Godzilla, tell the Godzilla that other people did this terrible thing to it,
Yeah.
and I will help it get revenge on the world.
Okay. So you're relying on... you're relying on this working. So good luck with it.
Yeah, no, I've committed to this plan. I can now speak to animals, and I'm going to go find a lizard. I guess if it doesn't work, I've still got the ability to talk to animals to fall back on, and I could just keep trying to convince. I'll just keep throwing animals into a nuclear reactor until I eventually have a giant super monster. Whether that's a giant lizard, a giant gorilla, a giant chihuahua.
Do you think that once word spreads around between all the animals that you can talk to them, that you might get the problem that Dr. Dolittle had, where they would come and annoy him and try and get you to fix all their problems?
Well, I don't believe that different animal species talk to each other.
No,
that movie to me seems very insulting to the animal kingdom, assuming that lizards talk to dogs and vice versa.
Every animal can talk to each other, but humans can't understand them. Every other animal is in communication, but we can't
speaks
understand
one common animal language.
Yeah.
No, they all have their own individual language, and I can speak all of them.
Yes, that is how this works. But if you're like trying to recruit all these animals, surely they'll be going off and telling all of their animal friends that you can talk to them.
But then I do the animals a little favour, and I scratch their back and they scratch mine. Probably that's all they want, is me to scratch their back. A dog comes up to me, I scratch its back, it will do anything I tell it to.
Yeah, be super happy for the rest of the day.
Go maul that man's face off, I'll give you a treat.
A treat? Hell yeah! Point me in the right direction.
I've hidden a dog biscuit inside that man's mouth. Now go tear his face off.
Right away, sir. Well, this sounds like you're going to have buckets of fun.
Yeah, I either, irradiate an animal and turn it into a super nuclear animal, or I run the small risk of just giving an animal cancer and it dies a slow, painful death.
Yes.
But you can't make a giant Godzilla without painfully torturing a few animals to death. That's what my grandmother always used to say.
At least 20 times a day as well, which was
exactly.
Odd.
It's an old family saying. It goes back generations. It's on our family crest. I think we have at least 3 family crests that say different things.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah.
There you go. So everyone knows.
I have chosen to speak with the animals, to live with the animals, to befriend the animals, and to manipulate the animals to destroy my enemies.
Fantastic.
And I think I've made the right choice.
I do too.
You'd better, otherwise Fido here will have something to say.
Raro.
Or Stinky, the rabid skunk.
Oh, God.
So yes, that's what I've been up to, Kyle. And while I'm commanding... Well, I'm either irradiating lizards or waiting for the Council of Pigeons to get back to me.
Yes.
I I'm just imagining a full-on Lord of the Rings style scenario. They all meet in a mountain somewhere around a carved table. There's one pigeon with a big wooden stick. I now call the council to attention. We have been called together for the first time in 1,000 years.
Decree number 1. Has anyone seen the old lady in the park recently who used to give us mouldy bread? She seems to have gone AWOL.
But yes, that is my decision. I stand by it, and anyone who disagrees with me will be eaten alive by a Godzilla.
Yes.
You, Kyle.
Yes.
Well, a few things have happened to you this week. So first of all, you were just relaxing at home, having some cereal. You opened up your box of crunchy, frosty, chalky, sugary, flake, corn bread crust flakes.
Delicious.
You opened the box up, poured it out, and out popped the treat inside. This special
toy.
treat. A toy, yes.
Yes!
But, well, you'd say yes, but you were too oblivious. You didn't notice the toy, and you actually filled the bowl so full with chalky, flaky, sugary, flake twist, chip flakes, that you didn't notice that the toy was in there. And because when you eat cereal, you just down the whole bowl in one single slurp, you swallowed the toy.
I'm like a cartoon character. My jaw unhinges, goes extremely wide, and I put the entire bowl, including the spoon, into my mouth and eat it.
Well, you get your friends and family to help. You've got your girlfriend holding your jaw open, your mum holding the other half of your mouth open, your nan's in the corner pulling at your head with elastic bands.
You say I get them to do it. They do this of their own volition. I'm saying stop, please. I don't want to eat cereal this way. But they do it regardless because they think it's funny.
You swallow the entire bowl of cereal in one gulp, and you accidentally swallowed the special treat inside, and then you feel the treat go down. So you check the back of the box to see what the treat was this time.
Yeah.
It was a live World War II mine.
Of course. I had 3 and I needed 1 more to complete my collection.
Yeah, you've got all the ones from World War One.
Yeah.
You've got all the ones from World War Three because they sent them back in time.
The future ones, yeah.
You've got all of the all of the secret wars that people didn't know about, with the Martians. Yeah, you've been putting them up on a shelf, on top of the fireplace. All these old mines on top of a roaring fire.
I like to keep them displayed.
So yeah, you now have a live World War II mine inside your stomach.
God.
And as you look at the back of the box, you hear a click.
All right. Wonder what that could be. Did someone turn the light on?
And a tick.
A ticking. Oh, the clock. Someone's bought a new clock.
Yeah, you check the lights, you check your cuckoo clock, and eventually, through process of elimination, after you've turned all of the lights off in your house, you've checked all of the 15 clocks, you've turned off all the TVs, and you've checked the birds outside, you finally figure out it's probably that mine you swallowed.
Oh, crap. What do I do?
It's active. And as it says on the back of the box, you have 3 hours until the bomb explodes.
Oh no. What a troubling situation.
What a pickle you've gotten yourself into. What a troubling situation indeed. So, in that state, you call up your local GP. They're used to you. They see you probably once a week for various things you've swallowed and accidentally sat on top of, and various other things like that. Yeah. Just last week, they pulled out of your behind a human skull.
Of course they did. I mean, no one really knows how it got there.
I know. You certainly don't know.
No, it's a mystery. I've put a lot of things up there in the past, but never a skull.
No, I mean, I think it probably is. It wouldn't have fit a few months ago, but because you've been putting so many things up there, you have widened the opening.
So what did my doctor say anyway?
Well,
Remind me.
you got the appointment and you explained the situation to the receptionist. You said it in I've got myself into a little bit of a troubling situation again. I appear to have swallowed a World War II mine, not mime. You've got just someone inside your stomach pretending to be trapped inside a glass box.
That's where the skull came from. It was a
That's
mime.
Yeah, that was the week before you swallowed a mime. But
So
no,
I-
this time it's a mine.
Mime 1 week, mine the next.
I know. But anyway, you explain this to the receptionist.
Yeah.
They seem to be a little more worried than you. In fact, they actually start screaming and being like, "Oh God, code 15 alpha, code 15 alpha." They scream over and over, and they tell you an ambulance will be with you very, very soon. The ambulance crashes through your front door. The driver actually kills himself to get to you, so one of your family members have to drive you to the hospital in the ambulance. Obviously, you ignore all stoplights, run over every single lollipop lady you can find, reverse over them just to make sure that they're dead.
Yeah, they are the scourge of the earth.
They are the scourge of the earth. You get to the hospital in about, since you swallowed, an hour and a half after you swallowed the mine.
Okay.
You have an hour and a half until it blows.
Yeah.
Um,
Good maths.
Maths, exactly. The friend of us all, maths.
There you go, kids. Do maths. It'll help you whenever you swallow a bomb.
Your friend, my friend, our friend. It's Maffy the mathematician.
Mr. Mathy.
And then Mr. Maffy pulls off his face to reveal Mr. Chiddlefright.
Jesus Christ.
But now that's a story for another time.
Yes.
So yes, you've got an hour and a half spare. They immediately book you for an operation. The nurses tell you you're going to be treated by one of our finest doctors. Doctor, I'm definitely not a lunatic in disguise, Fud.
Sounds legit.
So they schedule you for an immediate World War II mime-ectomy, and they get you on they put you under, and they get you on the surgery table. And so obviously the last thing you see is one of those gas masks going over your face, and it all goes black. And then you wake up, you look up, and you're in the surgery room.
Good. That's just fine.
Yeah, but well, you didn't think you'd wake up here. You wake up, you're in the surgery room, you can see on the monitors around you that your stomach is currently open.
Oh.
And standing above is a doctor, a man with surgical gloves, a mask, and peeking out of the side of his mask are two immaculate pointy ends of a glorious moustache.
Mr. Winters?
Yes, you recognize the moustache from my description, and you say that, and he pulls the mask away. Yes, it is I.
Oh, fuck.
You, Kyle. I've been watching you, friend to my cursed enemy. You shall be the instrument of my revenge.
See, I wasn't worried when there was a mine in my stomach, but now that Mr. Winters has appeared, I am shitting myself.
Yeah, and you can see in the corner, Cornelius Whiskers is the anesthesiologist.
Oh, God, okay. Well, at least they've given me anaesthesia.
Yeah, but he points at the bag to reveal that they didn't use any of it. They keep anesthesia in a bag. That's how it's done.
He's emptied it onto the floor.
Exactly. Instead, they filled you up with Sprite.
Thought my head was a bit fizzy.
But anyway, so Mr. Winter pulls back his mask to reveal the full beautiful moustache.
Yes.
And he says, "Yes, you shall be the instrument of my revenge. I've been keeping tabs on all of Nathan's friends and family, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. I've attempted to destroy him multiple times now, but that damn man has escaped every time." And then he says something about how handsome and brilliant I am, and I'm the most worthy opponent he's ever known, and oh God, how all of his hatred is actually born out of envy and just how much he wishes he was me.
I mean, it does make sense, Nathan. You are the cute one.
I know. I mean, he doesn't say that so much in words. What he
Yeah.
actually says is, that damn ugly, shiny-headed fool. But, if you read between the lines, in between all of the horrible, hurtful things he says, he's actually saying, he's so brilliant, I wish I was him.
Of course.
But, you have to look out for it. You have to know to look out for that meaning. You have to, in advance, think that's what he's going to say, and then reverse engineer his sentence to mean that. That's how I do it.
Yeah, that's how I have a conversation with anyone. I know what I want that their response to be, and even if they haven't said it, I know that that's the response that they gave because that's what I wanted.
Meant.
Yeah.
They had trouble getting the words out.
Exactly.
And they used different words instead, probably contradictory words that meant the exact opposite of what you wanted them to say. But yes, I have finally found the perfect way to destroy him. I was the one that supplied the World War II mine in that cereal box. I know that you've been eating from it all week, and that you've swallowed many toys and items. So I made sure that this mine was active. It would activate as soon as it hit your stomach.
You inhuman monster.
Monster, am I? Am I? No, I'm just a man with an insatiable lust for vengeance. If only your friend hadn't stolen my newspaper, none of this would have happened. We all could have lived peacefully together, but alas, it was not meant to be. I didn't seek this out. I didn't want this. But when he threw down the gauntlet and stole my newspaper, I knew then it could only lead to this.
Mr. Winters, look, what he did to you was beyond evil.
Silence, Mr. Grant. I have made sure that the bomb is fully integrated into your system. It's attached to your stomach, attached to your heart.
Okay.
And I know that when you next meet Nathan, you shall activate the bomb and destroy you both.
That's really evil, Mr. Winters. Even for you, that is evil, man.
I'm not evil, just persistent. You know what they say. If it once you don't succeed, if it twice you don't succeed, if it 3 times you don't succeed, if it 4 times you don't succeed.
Put a mine in the guy's friend, yeah.
Yes, exactly. I know the old saying. My grandmother used to say it.
She's got a family crest of it, doesn't she? Yeah, I remember.
Yes. It's a proud family crest. How do you know my grandmother?
Oh, we go way back. We used to play craps together down at the old people's home.
So you're the one she's told me about, the cheating craps player.
I cheated once, and then she
swore eternal vengeance on you. But
yes.
she died before she could ever get that revenge. I always wondered who that mysterious, enigmatic man was that just turned up at an old person's home and started playing craps with a complete stranger.
I am the charming one, yes.
You are the charming one, but not the handsome one.
No, not even slightly. I'm hideous.
Not even slightly.
That's why I wear this mask.
He pulls off the mask of your face and then howls in horror and puts it back on. Oh, yes, I'll put a bomb in your stomach, but I'm not cruel enough to make you walk around without this mask on.
Thank you, you noble man.
So, my revenge is thus. This bomb will be activated by either 1 or 2 ways, depending on which way I flick the switch. Either you can never beat less than 100 heartbeats per minute, or the bomb will explode. Or you can never move at less than 30 miles per hour for the rest of your life, or the bomb will explode. Choose, my friend.
So is he saying that I have to have a very slow heartbeat or a very fast heartbeat?
If it's any slower than 100 beats per minute, it will explode.
Okay.
And if you move any slower than 30 miles per hour, it will explode.
So I have to be that adrenaline guy in that movie. What is it, Crank? Where he has to be.
I think so.
He has to be constantly excited and energetic, and so I'm going to have to.
Your body is, or it's like speed, but your body is the bus.
Yeah.
Or the boat, whichever speed you prefer.
Now
I
this
don't know
is
why anyone prefers speed 2 to speed 1, but that's a different conversation.
that's a conversation for another day.
It
Um,
is.
okay, so and the other one is I won't be able to walk very fast,
No,
or
no, no. You have to.
I have to walk
It's
super fast.
you can only move faster than 30 miles per hour. If you move any slower than that, it will explode. There is a 10-minute time, like there is a 10-minute delay. So
Okay.
he explains to you that after he sews you up, you have 10 minutes to get yourself ready. He's got some roller skates in the corner for you to take so you can keep moving 30 miles per hour for the rest of your life, or you just have to keep your heartbeat up over 100 beats per
Yeah.
minute for the rest of your life.
Okay, I'm with what he's giving me. Okay, so
What is your choice?
I'll tell you what I'm thinking over in my head. So
And then the rabbit in the corner.
that Cornelius Whiskers. Yeah, so if I'm in a car, does that count as me going over 30 miles per hour? Like if I'm just
No.
driving everywhere? No, I have to actually, my body has to physically be
Yes.
moving.
If you were attached by roller skates to the car, it would count.
Okay, that's good. That's useful to know. So, but I would have to be, either way, I'm going to have to be constantly moving. How would I
Yes.
sleep?
You'd have to sleep standing up while moving around. You'd have to attach yourself to a car and ask someone to drive you around forever, or get a robot car, or
But
attach yourself to a rocket and fire yourself into space.
But I would still need my heartbeat to be up. So if I
Oh, there's two different scenarios.
yeah, there is two different scenarios. But if
I mean, your heartbeat would be up naturally anyway, since you could never slow down. So that would so either way, your heartbeat will never calm down.
no, but yeah, it's just the different ways I'm dealing with it. If I try and sleep standing up, my heart rate is going to go down anyway. So I would have to like inject myself with some sort of adrenaline or take some cocaine or something.
Yeah, constantly injecting yourself with cocaine, a constant supply. You'd have to call a friend to keep bringing you the cocaine.
Yeah.
Depending on which scenario. In fact, either scenario, you'd have to be moving around, because if you can never let your heartbeat go under 100, you'll probably have to run everywhere. Whereas if you can never move less than 30 miles per hour, you have to be at minimum. You have to be rolling around on roller skates. I don't know how fast you can rollerblade, but
I would get tired easily as well.
you would. So maybe attaching yourself to a car or a horse. Like when you leave the hospital, if you see a runaway horse, quickly tie yourself to that.
Yeah, I think if I attach myself to something, I'm moving at that speed. That's good. I'm on roller skates. That you said there's some roller skates in the corner I could use.
Yeah. He gives you roller skates. He gives you the ability to be able to move at that speed, but obviously you not the ability to do it forever.
Yeah. Whereas if I had to keep my heart rate up, I think that would be a lot more difficult because I would be constantly.
You'd either have to be constantly running or just jumping on the spot, or constantly being scared, which I guess you would be since you've got a mine in your stomach.
Oh yeah, my heart would be. Yeah, but surely I would get used to it after a while. I'd be like, oh yeah, you know.
You'd need it. I think it's the physical action that would keep your heart going.
Yeah, so I would have to be like actually running everywhere. Like rollerblading on the back of a car would be useless to me. It wouldn't get my heart rate up at all.
No, not enough. No, you'd have to be running everywhere. You could still attach yourself to a car and then they drive off. You just have to run after it.
Yeah, I would have to be like in a very busy road with the chance of being crushed by a car any second. That would get my heart rate up.
But yes, getting someone to supply you a constant stream of cocaine would be a good idea.
That would be a good idea, would it? Wow.
Yes.
That's where we've got to.
Go on Deliveroo, ask for them to deliver you some cocaine. Make sure that they know it's an emergency. No, in fact, plan ahead. You need to, obviously, because you'll be constantly on the move, you need to plan for where will you be in half an hour's time, so that you could then, when they turn up, you could immediately snatch it off their hands.
Yeah, I need you to do an airdrop over the ocean because I'm currently swimming with sharks.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you had to do the thing where your heart could never beat less than 100 beats per minute, what are the escalating dramatic things that you would keep doing to keep yourself excited?
Well, it would start off
running in traffic.
Yeah.
You would pick a fight with the biggest, scariest person you find in the streets. You would. I'm coming up with all the ideas here. It's your problem, Kyle. What would you do?
I guess I would go bungee jumping off of like a really tall building.
You'd have to make sure that even before, like when you're on the plane and when they're explaining all the safety details to you, you'd have to be doing something really dramatic and dangerous on the plane before you even jumped out. So,
Oh,
on the
you're wanting me to bungee jump out of a plane? Okay, that would be
Oh well,
interesting.
you could no, you could no, oh, okay, you can bungee jump off a bridge, I guess. Yes, you run towards the bridge. In fact, you keep running until you find someone doing a bungee jump off a bridge. Push them out the way, possibly over the bridge before they attach themselves to the cord.
No, what I
Attach
do.
themselves to the cord.
What? Oh yeah, because if I got the police after me, then I would be in constant adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Because they're always after me.
But then I was thinking you could do a skydive from a plane. But while you're on the plane and they're going through all the details with you, you'd need to be doing something really scary and dramatic on the plane. So you smuggle a wolf on board the plane, and you have to just constantly be dodging it in the plane.
Yeah, I would also always carry a knife on me so I could do the thing between my fingers whenever I was starting to lower my heart rate.
You would you'd find a taser and you just keep tasering yourself in the nards.
Oh yeah, that would keep my heart rate up, unless it knocked me out.
Yeah, you have to find the balance between excruciating pain and I'm going to fall unconscious. Also, you can never sleep again.
I could never sleep again.
Whereas if you had to keep moving 30 miles per hour, you could sleep. You just need to arrange for someone to be pulling you at incredible speeds.
Yes.
Or
so
stand on a treadmill and get yourself attached to the treadmill and sleep while running on a treadmill.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have to keep doing all these adrenaline junkie things. I would just have to make sure I was moving at a speed.
Yeah, or you'd have to get you'd call up Wallace, get him to deliver you those trousers, and you'd just be moving around in those trousers.
Oh, yeah, that would be useful actually. Yeah, I would be doing the whole car pulling me along thing until I've commissioned someone to build me these walkable trousers, and then they would be like superhero trousers because I could like run at great speeds. It would be like having the bottom part of Iron Man.
It would be. What would they be powered off of? It would need to be a power source that you could easily find and replenish.
Pigeons?
Yeah, okay, pigeons. So I could help you out with that. I could command a bunch of pigeons, my pigeon friends. I convince them that they were fish and chips.
You command the council of pigeons.
Yeah, I would convince the council of pigeons that there's a bunch of fish and chips in that giant spike trap in the corner. Get them into the big net. Throw the net, and then we'd arrange that you would run into the woods while I do that. Immediately grab the net, force the pigeons into the energy converter in the back of the trousers, in the butt.
Yeah.
And then the pigeon exhaust would come out.
Exactly, perfect. It would be like the butt flap would open in the trousers, and feathers would just spurt out, and that would be like the petrol exhaust.
Exactly. And once it's run out of feathers, you'd have to resupply.
Yeah, so I would need you to basically be constantly finding me pigeons, and every time a new pigeon council was formed, you would have to infiltrate them and convince them to come and come and jump into my trousers. So there you go.
So I keep thinking of a number of lies to convince the pigeons that I've not been betraying them.
Yeah. So I think that would allow me to sleep. So I think that is a much better option than constantly gaining all this adrenaline that's going to run out eventually, and I will need to sleep. So I think I'm going to have to go for moving at more than 30 miles per hour for the rest of my life.
And you think that will work, do you?
I don't think it'll work at all, Nathan. Not even slightly.
I was going to say, you think you can outsmart Mr. Winters, my nemesis?
No, I doubt I will be able to, but I'll give it my all. And I will get my trousers commissioned, and we'll go from there.
Well, I promise that when you inevitably die, me and the Council of Pigeons and possibly Godzilla will attempt to get your vengeance.
Yes, you take on Mr. Winters in my name. I mean, you were the reason that he came after me anyway, in the first place.
Well, no, but we established that you did cheat his nan at a game of crabs.
That was his nan. Like
Yeah.
you can't get vengeance for someone else. I suppose you can. That's the story of,
Of course
most
you can.
most
That's what
people.
vengeance is about.
Yeah, no. So that was a very silly thing to say.
And
Nothing
like,
else in this
I mean,
podcast has
you
been
did
very
say
silly.
that after you played that game of craps, she did eventually die. We didn't establish whether or not that you were responsible for her death. I'm going to say that you definitely were.
How did you know? No one saw anyone else in that window as she fell.
But no, you won the game of crabs, and she was like, "Oh no, my heart!" And then she immediately died. And just by science, cause and effect, it's obvious that you were responsible for her death.
Well, there you go. That's how we're going to end this episode, Nathan. I was
Yep.
responsible for an old lady's death.
And I have an army of animals that possibly will do my bidding if I can convince them to.
Yeah, and if you disagree with anything we said today, then you can let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the episode, then please follow and subscribe to the podcast on Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/ifyouhadto though. And you can follow me on Twitter at Kyle M. Bennett. That's Kyle_M_Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's.
And you can follow me on Twitter at nvozniakart. That's N for Nathan, WOZNIAKART. And you can follow me on Instagram at Nathan Wozniak with the same spelling, with Nathan spelt as the name Nathan is usually spelt, and the Wozniak spelt the same way I spelt it in my Twitter, because it's the same name for the same person. It's the same name I've had, the same name my father had, and his father. And I don't know how many more fathers back it goes, but at least those two.
At least 2.
At least 2.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to get commissioned a trouser suit that's going to run off of pigeons.
And I'm going to throw this lizard into a nuclear reactor and see what happens.
Wonderful. This has been If You Had To, though. I've been Kyle.
And I have been Nathan, Lord of the Pigeons.
And lizard monster Godzillas.
Yes, if they survive.
Which they won't.
Like that old woman you killed.
Oh, I did kill an old woman.